Alright. Hello everyone, my name is Stefan. Welcome to Snake and Shazer Gaming. Continuing our Metal Gear Solid 5 countdown stream and gameplay playthrough of continuing with Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, the HD version. And I'm sitting on my court. And the webcam fell. This is off to a brilliant start. Audio, okay. It's picking me up pretty good. Alright. So, we'll just start from one of my... because we want to get through this as fast as possible. Okay. Normal. Yes. Here we go. Official opening. Metal Gear Solid 3. By the way, can you hear me okay? World War II.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two. East and West.
This marked the beginning of an era.
This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
David Hayter. I just upgraded my my laptop, not my desktop yet, to Windows 10. So far, so good though.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar.
Panty waste.
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector.
Know what he's doing?
Put on your mask.
This game is on PS2 and it looks freaking good. I mean, this is the PS3 edition, HD version.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
Try not to, Major.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
Shut up, Major.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly.
Right.
God be with you.
He just goes because he's hardcore like that. Hideo Kojima. Hideo Kojima.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
How's my battery on my phone almost dead?
Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2
Dude,
years
it's gonna
ago,
rain all day tomorrow.
a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same.
Sokolov.
On April the 12th,
This is when he starts getting his voice more
Soviets achieved
gruzzly.
the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
If you're watching, feel free to say
He's
hi.
afraid of his own creation.
I'm open for discussion.
Afraid?
Just trying to get to the do the Virtuous mission tonight.
For that, he left
Since
his country
started
and his
kind of
family
late tonight,
behind
so.
and went over the fence.
Not exactly.
And as
One of
always,
his
there's
conditions
tons
was
and
that his
tons
family
of
was also to be taken
cutscenes.
safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles.
President Kennedy there.
Blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space
My
rockets?
commentary is very
No.
limited because
Missile.
I'm
Same
just
technology.
watching the archive
I guess
footage.
you're right. We don't know the details, but it
They're
appears to
talking
be
about
a
a
new
new
kind of
type of
nuclear
nuclear
device.
device.
For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear
And
tests.
it's late,
of
and so I'm not feeling very
semi-hollow
clever at the
Something
moment.
to do with the weapon, I assume.
tins. We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
Still in the facility.
No, according to our intelligence, he's in
Major.
Selino Yas, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Because I like
Apparently,
you.
they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Oh man. I'm finally gonna land. It's gonna happen.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
Looking around. Forgot the
If we
doom.
don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
God be with you, Snake. Snake! On the major.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the
Fuck.
recovery point. A recovery balloon
That's
will be
cool.
dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat
That's
talent?
insane.
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion
Probably.
of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the
Maybe.
reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in
I
time
like
for
that.
dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast.
and all the rest
Okay,
of
so
your
triangle
meals in
with
the
the
jungle.
zoom in button. Da-na-na-na. Paramedic. AKA Dr. Clark. I don't know where this one falls in my, as far as my favorites of Metal Gear games. Peace Walker's really up there. MGS1's my favorite. 2's got a good place in my heart too, especially the Substance version. 3 Story's just awesome. Peace Walker added some new cool elements that hadn't really been added or explored in the rest of the series. And then MGS4 was, I enjoyed it, I love it. There's a lot of nostalgia and fan service in it, but at the same time could have been better. I'm Snake. Jack, aka John Doe, aka Naked Snake, aka 29-year-old Big Boss, aka Venom Snake, aka Punish Snake, aka all the other snakes. David Hayter.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and
Sounds
somebody might be
good.
listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as
Sounds
Snake
good.
from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
I'll pass it
What do you
on to
mean?
my children.
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
Sounds
Survival
exciting.
training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might
Survival.
not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom.
Major
Call me Major
Tom.
Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not
Ground
be seen by the
control
enemy.
to
Leave
Major
no trace of your
Tom.
presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words,
Requesting countdown,
weapons and equipment are
engines
procured on
on.
site. That goes for food as well.
Take
You're
your
completely
protein
naked, just as your
pills
name
and may
implies.
God love
Great.
be with you.
Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me
This
Snake
is
was your
ground
idea of a joke,
control
too.
to Major
No, there's a
Tom.
good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
I'm
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I
stepping in
supposed
the
to feel myself?
dark.
You've been
and
issued a
I'm
knife and a
floating in
tranquilizer
the
gun.
most
Use them to hunt for
peculiar
food.
way.
You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
This is
Yeah,
ground
about the
control to
backpack. I
Major
lost it in
Tom.
a tree on the way down.
You need to
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then.
save
where it is?
Soka Love
No problem.
because
I can see it from
he's
here.
got all
It's
of
stuck on a branch.
this information and
Climb a
stuff.
tree. Stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
Naked Snake to
I'll be
Major
monitoring your progress over
Tom.
the radio.
My
Can't risk violating
circuit's
Soviet
dead. There's
airspace, but I'll be in the
something
gun
wrong. Can you read
My
me,
frequency
Major
is
Tom? Can you
140.85.
read me, Major
I'll give you
Tom?
a call if I need to talk to you.
So I'm
you
here.
need to talk to me,
Am I
use the send
standing in
function.
a jungle?
Okay, Snake. Go get your backpack.
Talking on the radio. I'm about to get betrayed, and there's nothing more to say. Do 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 do. Dun 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 I got it. Hope you guys all enjoy my Metal Gear rendition of Major Tom.
I see you've retrieved your backpack.
I'm pretty good
Snake.
at it.
To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack.
Oh, okay.
In the survival viewer, choose weapon
Well,
from the
thank you.
backpack.
Okay.
Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
I love
Yep, that's
tutorials, especially after I played a game
Survival
a million
is fundamental to this
times.
mission. After you've been out in the field
I
for
know
a
what I'm
while, your
doing.
stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll
Screw
affect your performance.
that. I'll do what I want.
You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly.
I'll heal your wounds.
Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out.
Wait.
To recover
That
lost
came out
stamina, you
wrong.
can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun.
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my
Alright.
own weapons and equipment.
That's what he's just
Whose
sitting there
crazy
like.
idea was this anyway?
Solo covert
You
actions
get really
are
tired
standard
just
Fox
kneeling down
operating
and being
procedure.
like,
You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily
okay.
waste. The same
I
goes
think
for
it
bullets
got
and
okay,
cartridges,
Major.
too.
Major,
Your presence
okay.
in enemy territory is already
Major.
a violation of international
Major, I
conventions
think
of
I got
warfare. There aren't supposed
Okay.
to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could
So I can't
spark
take
an
craps in the
international incident.
forest. I got that.
You can't let
Alright.
anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake,
I'm not a
in
ghost.
every sense of the word.
I'm a snake.
There'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill
Sounds
for that
good.
purpose.
Then I'll
SAS
kill
guidelines
myself.
stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be
That
careful.
wasn't painful.
If you remain in
dental
a state of
surgery.
false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your
It's a
hands.
lot of responsibility,
You're one
Major.
man
I don't know if I
army.
can do that.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as
balls,
recording your
man.
mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on
Should
the
be a
gunship
patriot
with
as well someday.
She-
Well, Snake. Just like
Hello,
you.
Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
Your name
As in a
Dr.
medic who comes in by
Clark.
parachute.
Aren't you
You'll
going
be
to tell me
killed
your
by
real
ninja
name?
someday.
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Doe.
Very funny.
Very
Her
funny.
name's
I
Jane
wasn't joking.
Doe
But I'll
Clark.
tell you my name only if you manage to make it back
Or
alive.
Jane Clark.
My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data.
Mission
Whenever you want to
data.
save, send a message over the
The
reserved
data
save
of
frequency,
missions.
140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records
Feel free to
the
say
state of
hi,
your health.
talk, you know.
Good to know.
If you just want to watch, that's
There's one
fine
more
too.
person I
but
want to introduce you to.
I
Snake.
do like to be able to talk to people in
Speaking
chat.
of snakes,
It's,
you remember the boss, don't you?
makes the
A
stream
legendary soldier and your
more
mentor.
interactive.
Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's
so I got the
authorization in
webcam
the first
out,
place.
yo. You can see my face.
She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Bosses.
Bosses.
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you?
I wonder
How
how,
many
like,
years has it been?
she'll play a role in...
Boss.
That's right. It's me.
Because apparently there's rumors that she
Talk to
recorded stuff
Let me hear your voice.
for the voice actress.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and
Recorded
18
stuff
hours.
for MGS5.
You've lost weight.
Somebody
tell
she'll be
just
in
by
like
the
some
sound of my
flashbacks
voice.
or dream
course I
sequences.
can.
Maybe
I know all about
during
you.
Snake's coma, he's
Really?
like,
Well, I don't know anything about you.
he's like,
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
what the hell?
I was on
you
a
know,
top
kind of
secret
thing.
mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to
Every
teach
day.
me.
No,
Even how
I
to
taught you everything you needed to know
love a
about
woman.
fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Oh,
Techniques,
I need
sure.
to change the...
What about how to think like a
One thing,
soldier?
damn
How
it.
to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier
Solid.
needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only
Colon.
thing you can learn from someone else is technique.
No,
In
3.
fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit.
Snake
Spirit
Eater.
and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the
I'm sorry if
same
it says
thing.
MGS2 in
I
the
can't teach
description.
you how to
I just
think.
updated
You'll
that.
just have to figure it out for yourself.
Go
Listen to me, Jack.
away.
Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the
I
battlefield.
just updated it to
And
say Snake
politics
Eater. I
are
don't know
a
why I didn't do that
living
before.
thing.
I was kind of in a
They
rush. and
change
stuff.
along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given.
Shut up.
It's not his place to question why.
You
But
don't
you are
love
looking
me.
for a reason
You
to
hate
fight.
me.
You are a natural
You
born
left
fighter.
me.
But you're not quite a soldier. A
Sorry,
soldier
bad.
is a political tool, nothing more.
Probably sounds
That's
stupid,
doubly true
but
if he's
whatever.
a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you.
Sooner or later.
In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun.
Maybe I'll
There's
be
a
all
saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
patriotic.
Patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your
Oh.
country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their
Others will
place.
take their
I
place.
follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
The times.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change
Gosh
over
dang.
time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
Loyalty to the
And
end.
that's the way a soldier's supposed to think.
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name
That
is
suits
Snake.
you, Snake.
It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes,
It's good to hear your voice again.
same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare. and
That's reference to
infiltrating
the other
buildings.
games.
But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC. Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably
They
pretty
didn't
rusty.
do that. There.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Try to remember some of the
Snake,
basic of
Try to remember
CQC.
some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing Virtuous mission now.
Oh man. Alright, well we're back in it, I guess. Built out later. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so let's check our gear real quick. I got a single action army. Excellent. Okay. Guess all that works. Camouflage. Do I have my infinite? Dang, I remember trying to get it, but no, let's just take the splitter. He looks cooler that way. I'm not going for like super stealth gameplay playthrough. I'm just going for what works. Thing is, you can go in, you can change your outfit in every area, but you really don't have to. Last time I played this, I sped run it. Or speed ran it. With you came in fresh infested swamps. With because I was doing the big boss run. Just kill the snake by kicking it. If only that were easy. Naked and Frayed, all they'd have to do is do a punch kick combo. Smiley face.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s.
This is the intro to this game is very reminiscent of MGS1 in some ways.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law.
That.
We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing Camouflage.
There you go.